Hey, good morning, everybody. It's the 7th of October, 2021. Let's do some letters this morning, okay? Zondar says, I hate when I start to like these YouTubers, then they start attacking each other and defending themselves. It turns my stomach to see grown men acting like little girls. Gross. Just do your channel. Don't go back and forth like this, like whatever. Drama. Okay, first off, you start your channel, you get it growing, it's cool. Oh, I can monetize my channel. Great. You monetize it. You start getting a few bucks, you go, that's cool. You start getting a few more bucks, you go, that's great. You start getting a few more bucks, you start getting more subs, and all of a sudden now, you've got a nice pile of change coming in every month. And now you get it, you're used to that. Oh, I can pay the car payment or the RV payment or the whatever payment or the what, this and that and this and that. And then you get used to that money, a couple $1,000 maybe, and then all of a sudden you get your channel built up to a certain level, and all of a sudden now it's not quite where it was. People are, it's like with anything, a TV show, you start watching it, you get bored with it, you move on. I think that happens to some of these nomads. The channels just kind of get, all right, he's been there, done that 20 times, he's done this over and over again, it's the same stuff, it's kind of just rehash. And then you get onto, then the creator kind of wonders, gee, now my money's going down, I better like juice up the channel. So now you get into the drama, you pick your fights, you get angry, you whatever, you complain, you whine, you bitch, and you do whatever it takes to get that drama up, hype this, hype that, and it's kind of a sad thing that it happens, and then whatever, Rick Martin says, you know who, that we don't talk about, just did another video about being in the rain. I don't know, hear that? Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear that. That's rain. It's been raining here, okay? It's been raining here for the last 2 or 3 days. That's what it does. I don't know. Some days it's sunny, some days it rains. I don't know. Go out, get your umbrella and dance in the rain like, what's his face? I'm singing in the rain. Oh, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Colleen says, YouTube is a reap what you sow world. Life is that, it's not just YouTube. Life is like that. There's a thing called karma, karma. It takes care of things. You think, you juice the system, but, what goes up must come down, right? You get a lot of subs, and eventually they start, the more stuff you have, the more stuff you have to lose, right? Karma. That was the interesting thing, talking to Van Camp and Woody and T. Lee Destiny yesterday. Woody and Terry, right? Two guys, two middle-aged older dudes who have been through a lot in their life, like a lot of older guys have been. Health issues, spouses passing away, issues with family, issues with their businesses and jobs and financial stuff. And then they get to a certain point where, as Terry was saying, T. Lee Destiny, less is more. Less is more. And in a way, it's true. The less you have, the more it becomes valuable to you in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's more important to you. The more junk you have, the less valuable it is. If you have one car or one van, and one van is your home too, that's a valuable place to you. And whereas you can have 20 vans and each van doesn't really mean it. You know what I'm saying? Less is more. And it's one of the things I do like about the nomads that I cover, especially the ones that living simply, seeing how well you can live on as little stuff. Those are the YouTube channels that I like. The ones that like Van Camp and Woody and T. Lee Destiny, who I interviewed yesterday. Please check out my interview with them. I interviewed them while I was eating lunch. We didn't have the camera running, but it was a very nice chat, and we chatted for a good hour and a half, something like that. And then I did a little, hey, this is their vehicles thing, but it's in the comments below. I'll put a link in the comments below. Check out the very nice people, but it's the kind of people that I kind of admire on the nomad community, the ones that are living the simplest. They don't have a giant big vehicle with a trailer and a car and a house and a bunch of stuff. They're just down to what they need, and really that's all you really need, you know. Chase in 70. I'm in Flagstaff and the temps are low 30s to 20s by the morning. Okay, so winter is coming to northern Arizona. The quartzite BLM is open for the season and the temps are falling dramatically every week. It's actually nice down there and time for everyone to head down. I was attacked here in Flagstaff and got into an actual fist fight with a 20-something-year-old beggar. I posted the encounter, but your mods deleted my post. Why? I don't know. They will probably delete this one also. I don't know. YouTube, again, we get comments about comments all the time. The mods don't delete the posts. YouTube does delete posts. And they do it without anybody's knowledge. And they do that and I never see them. Sometimes they get put in a held for review column. Let me check my held for review. See here. No, I don't see it here. I really don't know. I don't remember deleting anything. You know what a mod doesn't delete a post on a video, okay? A mod only sends it to what is called your held for review, and then all the comments that may be offensive are put down here, and most of those comments are not offensive at all. They'll just say, hi there, how are you doing? But they end up in this held for review section, and we're getting more and more people finding out that their comments just disappear. And then they blame me, or they blame my mods, and really YouTube is shadow banning you. Timothy Painter, Mr. Denver DJ. Nomads will always have a special place. After all, it takes a certain personality to live such a minimalist existence. But at the end of the day, it is just life, and everything that happens to the well-rooted happens to nomads, including ill health, death, and the lot. It would all be great if it would be really boring. Yeah, it is true. I mean, you know, you can be a nomad and you can get away from the rent, the mortgage, the property taxes, the whatever, but life still is there. I want to do a shout out to Graham Cracker, traveling with the Graham Cracker today. He has a new video up. His daughter's been suffering from COVID in a hospital, I think up in Idaho. And it looks like she's getting better. She's been in the hospital for several months now. And again, that's life, right? Life is always there. And all our best to Graham Cracker and his daughter, and hope everything turns out okay. Hear it? The rain. It's the rain. It's the rain. It's the rain. I don't know. You know, living in a vehicle, whether it be an RV or a van or something, and raining. You know, you get in periods where it rains several days. You know. And that would be, you know, you're constricted into a tiny area, you know, basically, you know, you don't have a big building to walk through, or, I don't know, diversions. I don't know. That would kind of maybe drive. It is probably harder if it's raining a lot to live in a vehicle than it is to live in a plain old apartment or a house. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Dave H., which is not me, I sat in my recliner for 12 hours today. Think I could somehow make some YouTube money for that. You know, there's probably an audience for that. Do a live stream of just sitting in your recliner. We see these nomads, they'll do like 5-hour live streams, and all they're doing is just sitting there. Maybe they're eating something and they're talking, oh, hi there. 5 hours, huh? I don't know. Revelator Phoenix, with a little luck, shall be off YouTube in a few more months. I think he was talking about Unstoppable Morgan. I really, you know, got that impression from watching her video, her live stream 2 days ago, that, you know, she's really tired of YouTube. Yes, the money that she gets, the super chats and the stuff like that is good, and she needs that, but she's really tired of YouTube. You know, she's a young lady. Let's not, you know, she's young. I think she's in her 30s, right? There's a lot of opportunities, you know. You know, I mean, there's much more. Here it is. Ready? There's much more to life than YouTube. Yeah. Amarillo says, if you fall getting out of your RV, it's time to put yourself in a home. He should not be driving around that rig. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to say who that's about. You can guess. But as I said yesterday, it is, you just see these channels that have just become one sad thing after another. O-S-T-A-A, right? Yeah. O-S-T-A, and they become O-S-T-A-A. It's just, and I don't know if they realize their channels become that. Okay, here's another bad thing that happened to me. Tomorrow I'll have more bad things that happen to me. And yeah, you know, I'm not gonna, life happens to people. They get sick, they get older, whatever. But if that's what your channels become, just more bad things that have happened to me, you know, maybe it's time to kind of rethink things. You know, maybe it's time to rethink your nomadic life. You know, if you're living on the road and it's OSTAA all the time, whatever, one last thing after another all the time, maybe it's time to change things up, huh? There was a YouTube channel yesterday talking about all these things you can do with a blowtorch. Snow removal. Snow removal by blowtorch. By Pinkerton says, isn't it funny that when you live in an RV or a house, you may get sick or need to visit the doctor, or you may need to fix something, or you may pass away, R.I.P. The difference is that house dwellers can't easily e-beg. You know, that is interesting. If you're living in a vehicle and something goes wrong with your house, which is your vehicle, it seems to be okay to say, hey folks, my transmission's out, my roof is leaking, my generator's not working, my solar panels are fried, my refrigerator's conked out. Can you help me with another? Can you help me get me another one? But if you're living in a house and your roof is leaking and your refrigerator's conked out and the shower's backed up, and you know, yeah, you know, it's not quite the same thing, is it? You can't, it is true. Do you see people e-begging about their houses or their apartments? Oh no. Finally, Autumn Sky says, yes, I'm binge watching the Camo Dave channel. Me too. I do that too. Just put it on and let it play. All right, folks, it is a rainy, this is our third day in a row of rain here in Western North Carolina, and I'm not complaining. It's making everything, hopefully it'll stop. We'll have a little break around noon and I'll get out and get some hiking in, but yesterday was just, you know, I went out, the sun came out at about 4 o'clock, and I was out doing some walking around, saying hi to folks. Hi, everybody. And I didn't even notice it. I walk in the building, and bam, it's like someone turned the fire hose on. It's just pouring rain, you know. That's what we're getting. It's that kind of tropical downpours coming from the south. But it looks like a good chunk of the southeast and the east coast are going to be getting that for the next few days. Oh, we got a lot of comments here about Deborah Coleman there, the Kana lady who passed away. RV Rebel Girl had a very good video. I'll put a link to that, or just look for RV Rebel Girl on YouTube. Very touching video there about a nomad who has passed away. Dave RVATX says, I watched some of Kana lady's videos, and she seemed like a very nice person, living her dream of RV travel. She wasn't much older than I am. Yeah, she wasn't that old. Makes you think about just how life short is. I'm glad Deborah was at least able to spend some of her time on the road doing what she loved. I remember Becky, remember her, Van Life with Bernie, Becky, and Hank. She passed away a couple years ago. A wonderful, lovely person who passed away from breast cancer way too young. But at least she got a couple years actually of her, toward the end there, where she was able to travel, and she loved to travel in her little blue van there, and you know, she seemed like such a nice person, and again, you know, if you got something you want to do like traveling, don't put it off, because you know, you never know when the Grim Reaper will pay his or her visit. Is it Grim Reaper's not a her, is it? I don't know, man. Anyway, all our condolences to Deborah and all of her friends. She seemed like a very nice lady. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. It is the 7th of October, 2021. Vlog under.